I click the button. Can I leave this place? I can leave. Is it in the stream? Wait, I can't do anything else in DGI. Well, I may have to do this sideways. I was kind of hoping to make it to where I could simply have y'all see things the way they're supposed to be. So you can read if reading needs to be done. Today we're making eggs. S-tier eggs. Recently, S-tier and whatever else has been doing pretty well for videos, so I figured I have no ideas for a thumbnail. May as well just write that down. Wait. Remain focused. Gotta do Hashbrowns first. I gotta flip you guys around. I'm sorry. I don't want to have to do this. Making y'all dyslexic. I'm sorry, brothers. Ooh, I need to open chat. I still haven't hooked up the TV. But I don't know if I want to see y'all's text from this far away. I'm kind of blind. Partially. Not really. Feels like it. There's a whale outside. Oh. Making all kinds of weird noises. Your channel found the live stream. Turn it down. Turn it down. I got an ad for Maiden Pans. What kind of sacrilegious nonsense is that? You see this? That is schmut. We don't. I forgot the mic. I'll be right back. My life's a mess. Where is it at? Where is it at? I'm close. Found it. Aha. Let me know if the audio changes. If not, then this is all for an eye. The ad for Maiden is still going. It says connected. We potentially are cooking with Crisco. You see this nonsense? Wait, that's a different ad. What is that? Mint Mobile. I got AT&T. Audio's better. Clean, very nice. You should stream the whole chat on your TV. I was thinking about doing that. It's right next to my PC. I could, for some reason, I'm a little worried that my PC can't handle any more connections. I gotta get a new graphics card. I need, ew. I can't show you guys what I looked at. You'll probably see it anyway. I need to beg harder. Life is about begging tactically, and I am so bad at doing that. I just talk about the things I should be begging for instead of begging for them directly from the people that I know could potentially hook it up. Namely companies, as I mentioned a lot. Okay, oven's preheated at 425. We gotta put the hash browns in. Oh, come with me, don't look at my counters. And we'll see a freezer full of frozen goods, and we find the Idaho hash browns. These are the hash browns you want. As far as I know, don't look at my counters. Nothing else is really that good, frozen hash brown wise. Potatoes are better. When I make them, they don't turn out that great. They don't turn out bad, they're just not very crispy. These, if you do things correctly, if you follow instructions, basic ones, it should all be fine. I reuse my parchment paper for a few days. I feel that that's an okay thing to do. Maybe consult your doctor to verify. I'm fine. There's no shot it contributed to my appendix rupturing whatsoever. So I'll continue to do this until another health hazard happens, and then I might change my ways. But for now, I think we're golden. Gotta crouch down. You see that? You see? Yeah, 3 hash browns. Could do 4. I think 3's fine. I have these chicken sausages from Belinsky's that I'm debating on cooking. Never done it before. Could be a disaster. So, we'll see. They're 80 calories and 14 grams of protein per sausage, which I think is crazy. These go in the oven. You see that? Yeah. Who needs a cameraman? You got tracking technology. Those go in the oven for a number of time at a set temperature. 425 is the temperature. The time I'm gonna do 25 minutes, not seconds. I don't think I'm gonna do any vegetables today. I did some vegetables yesterday. I'll probably have like an Olipop, which are wickedly expensive. Oh my lord. They have some fiber. It's kind of chill, but it's like $3 a can, if not more. I don't buy too many drinks, so it's not a huge deal, but that's definitely pricey. 25 minutes? Yeah, for hash browns. They're frozen. Don't worry, we have other things in plan. How about I try and cook those Belinsky sausages while we wait? Don't look at my counters. It's the back of my head, huh? Like that fridge? It's more full now. You see this? It was kind of empty and sad yesterday. The day before yesterday. I got salsa, ignore the counters. I got salsa, milk, yogurt, the essentials, and some 7-Up. There's no Baja Blast Zero, which is ridiculous. These, I'll show you, 1 second. Okay, these are the Belinsky sausages, mild Italian with bell pepper. I was hoping for something a little bit, like, this is fine, but the options were essentially, they always had to have an additive of some kind. But 12 grams of protein per link, 2.5 grams of total fat, 80 calories, which is kind of godlike if we're being completely honest. I gotta... Nailed it. All right, folks. This is not clickbait. We'll be making eggs in a second. Actually, we'll start making the eggs around the 16-minute mark. The stove says 23. Before that, I want to try and make these sausages. I don't know how it's going to pan out. No pun intended. And I freaking hate this stove. You have no idea. Wrong thing. Gotta turn the cooktop on. Gotta turn on the burner. Turn on the burner. Turn it up the temperature. It's a whole spiel. It's ridiculous. An excellent value. The sausages were excellent value. I don't know the price though. If a food is really good in terms of macros and whatnot, I don't tend to focus on the price too much. But I also don't splurge on foods crazily, I wouldn't say. Make more goulash? I think I might. I gotta go through my current stash though. I've been adding beans to my goulash for extra fiber. I gotta get a freaking Stream Deck where I can change the view so it can go over the stove. Looking back on it, man, looking forward rather, I need to find a way to get a place that has a stove that isn't under anything. Like this one. This stove is, a microwave is above the stove. And it's also next to a wall. I feel like that's just not a good combination. Like if you can avoid that, it's the move. Because instead, what even is this? It's got splatter on the wall. The stuff rises up underneath the microwave. It's not it. I feel like there's certain designs that are pretty intuitive. And I guess this one, maybe it's not so intuitive, but using it for not that long at all, I realize that that's not a good thing. Making this, you should show us your setup. What, the PC? I'll think about it. Your eggs scrambled and sunny side up, a bit runny. At the same time, scrambled, no runny. If my eggs have any moisture, if my eggs have too much moisture, it's gross. I'm a scrambled one trick. What's the egg meta? Scrambled. Well, the egg meta, there's various parts. So we all know that a loadout or a build involves a few different moving pieces. So for the egg meta, I highly recommend being a bit versatile. Gotta have that stainless steel on you. Stay strapped at all times, preferably from heritage steel, using code ODO. That's step one. You can't really cook eggs that well without a decent way to cook them, and this is the method. So step two is sourcing some decent eggs. Pasture raised, I believe, is it pasture raised or free range? One of the two is more ideal. They are pretty expensive, so if the price is an issue, just get whatever eggs you can get for the price that you think is good for you. But pasture raised or free range, one of those two, that's pretty good for eggs. If you can get from like farm fresh, better. 6 eggs daily. That's the meta. It is what it is. You'll be fine. Is moving weird with the camera? Does that make y'all nauseous at all? I hope not. But 6 eggs, and what's more important than that is you gotta have something to go with it. If you have eggs by themselves, you are a psychopath. You are genuinely crazy. That cannot be done too often. It's dangerous. You need some help. So potatoes are probably the most universally sought after side with eggs. I do hash browns usually. Other times, regular potatoes, dice them up, toss them in a little bit of oil, like maybe 60 calories of oil. Because I usually measure stuff. Well, at this point, I've done enough of it that I'm pretty aware of the calories. Not that I memorize them, but I just eat like kind of the same food. So if I just keep doing that, then I'm hitting roughly the same caloric intake daily. Or I can change it up slightly and hit higher or lower. Fried eggs in the morning, egg salad for lunch, hard boiled for dinner. That is, I don't know if I want that. I'm not really an egg aficionado in that sense. That's excessive. My build is 4 hard-boiled eggs, no salt. You do Ozempic? Just give you some, I think that you're better off taking retatrutide instead of Ozempic. That GLP-1, my good sir. I'm not sure how much Ozempic costs or if it's free based on other factors, but I don't know. From what I heard though, I think retatrutide makes more sense than Ozempic. How's the camera at head height? It's on a pretty big tripod. It's on a pretty big tripod. You can't see it. No, you can't see it. It's on a really big tripod, that's how. Ooh, we have a problem. Soon, very soon, the eggs have to go on. Actually, that's a lie. The eggs don't have to go on, I have to start the eggs. I forgot. Ooh. So, I bought these protein Eggos. They're not very good. They're not bad, but they're nothing to really write home about. So I think that I won't be buying them again. I wanted to mention that because it's on my mind. I had 2 of them before the gym. It was 100% so-so. They tasted better than Kodiak Kanks. Kodiak Kanks? What the heck's a kank? Kodiak Cakes. So there's that, if that's any consolation. Those drawing on the fridge, that's my niece, Eleanor. I didn't draw that. I'm not that artistic. That requires Picasso's keen eye. The hash brown kind, I think the hash browns are pretty godlike. If anyone's trying to lose weight, hash browns aren't bad per se. I think it's like 100 calories for... The hell? So 100 calories for, essentially you can do potatoes themselves, add a bit of oil, and you could make your calories go a lot further while getting more food. But hash browns are nice. I do it because it's easy. You can freeze it, keep it around. I looked up videos on how to freeze potatoes, and I didn't take home any great knowledge from those. I think each time they want you to fry the frozen potatoes. I'm not trying to fry that. It defeats the purpose of what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to make my calories from that go up higher and higher for no reason. That'd be silly. How do you spice up the food without killing the heart with too much sodium? The amount of sodium you can consume is so much more than you think. As long as you're not eating nothing but like fast food daily. Like I had my labs done recently, and I don't think there was a single issue with sodium for me. But in my case, I don't have to put salt on my eggs. I think the butter is enough flavor by itself, and I usually have salsa with it. The salsa has a lot of sodium, but I don't have to have the salsa. Sometimes I do throw on some jalapeno salt, and that can get kind of sodium-like, but I don't really worry about sodium that much. I think that people are probably getting not enough sodium in some cases, depending on what they eat. I know for a fact that most folks don't get enough electrolytes. No salt on eggs? Don't eat it. It is not necesito, mi compadre. All right, I need to find a way to store these once I open the package. I found the way. Good stuff, good stuff. So, dude, I haven't put anything on the stove yet. I wiped it down, but apparently the pans, they retain moisture underneath them, even though it's my fault, actually. There it is. There it is. I'll move you guys closer. Do I have abs? Currently, kinda, not really. I haven't been in the gym in like forever. And I was also, like, before I went to the hospital, I was bulking. I think if I had time to maintain the bulk and then cut down, I'd definitely have way more visible abs. Right now, like, my top abs show, but not the bottom. There's also still inflammation. Where in tarnation? Found it. Found it. I should probably low-key clean this. Actually, I'm gonna use scissors. That's sausage? Yeah, I'm gonna have this with my eggs. Oh no! How does time fly by? Man, it's fine. All right, so I was supposed to start the egg pan at around the 16-minute mark. It's 13 minutes in. We failed. It's fine. We're good. And cut this package. What the? Never mind. This package it's impenetrable. Hello. All right, now we got the package open. Put my wieners in the glass. All right, awesome. Be right back. I think I need to cut up one of these and throw it on the stove. If I turn this, it'll be perfectly height. Perfect enough. Ignore the counter. The counter is not relevant. Gotta find a knife. Almost all the spices have some sodium in it, and the moment you are done cooking, it's gonna be a plate full of salt. It's not that deep in any way, shape, or form. Almost all the spices. I don't even really use spices. I think that people are people focus on the wrong things that don't even matter that much. They get stuck in the small antics. And especially when it comes to health, fitness, and all that nonsense. All right, I've never had this before. I hope it tastes good. I'm gonna have to wash my hands in a second. I'm not gonna put oil on this stove. Might regret that later, we'll see. I wish that I could make it have have it track my face, but also be aiming down like low enough where you could see me do stuff. I'm not sure how I could get that going. I think that realistically, I should change up my kitchen positioning and have my cutting board away from the sink. But I like the sink being there. It's godlike. It's a big ass sink. Brothers, if you don't get a farm sink, I think you're trolling. Most people have the sink where there's a divider in the middle. That's garbage. There are few people that even use it to the full potential. And even then, I just don't think it's wise. Now, the farm sink can be a bit of a double-edged sword since folks they'll tend to just keep things in the sink for too long. I'm those people sometimes. But if you use it properly, it's godlike. So much room for activities. Gotta clean my skizzers and my knife. They getting dirty on the kitchen countertop. You see the new Battlefield trailer from yesterday? The 20 is crazy, by the way. You could have just wrote that by itself. Appreciate the domination. I'm not saying that again. That sounded weird. Appreciate the dono, White Wolf. I didn't watch the trailer, but I've seen a bunch of gameplay. It looks pretty good. I do think that I need a supercomputer to play the game, though, which is rather unfortunate. So hopefully I can get that going. Gotta turn you. Gotta turn you. Gotta turn you. These are the extra sausages. There's a high chance I burn those sausages, just mind you. I've never cooked those before. I think my stove is too hot. Talking to y'all, I'm gonna probably blame y'all for all the wrongdoings. Everything that potentially could go wrong here. Oh, I do 7 eggs, and you have 2 cartons. This one only has 5 eggs. Just check the open beta recommended. Wait, all you need is something like a 3060. I got a 2080 Ti. I gotta upgrade. When does the game even come out? Or when does the beta start for that game? I gotta start knocking down people's doors. Company-wise, I really do. Where is my spatula? Use a metal wait. I gotta flip these probably. They're getting slightly burnt. 5 is too high. We call that coloring. I just spit all over the place. I don't have another smaller pan. I could have maybe used my pot, so this is definitely overkill. Clip that little biscuit. That one. I saw a few folks playing Battlefield because they flew out like a bunch of creators. And from the gameplay, everyone and their mother is using a gosh darn shotgun. Everyone, every single person has a shotgun. That aspect is confusing. And then I saw the burnt peanut using an SMG, and he was turbo cheeks. I don't think it was his fault. I guess the SMG was just not the play from, I don't know, Narnia. Like, get an assault rifle, my guy. And I'm curious if they could use random loadouts or if he chose the SMG. Like, I think he died. He got like 20 kills and 17 deaths. So he was playing the game more than he was spectating, but he was definitely spectating a lot. Aiming is hard. He can aim. But a few people, if you spectated them, it looked like a dying simulator, which could just be the fact that they're essentially using MMR. Like a lot of those people are really good players against really good players versus being a good player versus a random lobby of Joe Schmoes. And that's what makes those games fun. especially in quick play. All right, we gotta whisk these eggs real fast. People said to go in a back and forth motion. First, I gotta crack them. Well, break the yolks. You can try it out next weekend. I will try it. My PC may not handle it. I feel like I'm an absolute dent with this. Imagine the pre-order. I mean, games these days, especially the bigger ones, they tend to have a pre-order price of probably $100 if you get the fanciest package. Some games talked about making it so you pay $80, even though the going rate's probably around $70 at the moment. And a few companies have walked that back. So I would imagine Battlefield will it may have a price tag right now, but I don't know the price tag, so if I'm guessing, it's probably like $70 if they want to be reasonable. $80 if they don't care about customers. That's right, your GPU is hanging together with this with Spit String and Dreams. Oh, it's going the distance though. Holy shit, my neck is scuffed. I need a bigger desk. I realized that too. I need a taller desk in my computer area. Because a problem I'm running into is I have to look down even though my monitor is raised up as high as it can go. And that's just not good. I think it's going pretty good. The chicken sausage. Definitely some burnt bits here and there, but it's not charred. And you know what? That is the goal. Go ahead and leave that for a second. Grab my rubber spatula. I should probably get a regular spatula that's metal for this pan too. I just don't have one that fits the way I like. It needs to be sort of round. It needs to be this. You see how it's not a flat square and it's kind of shaped, or the edges are circles? There are no edges, they're circular. I need that, and it'd be perfect for this. Until then, I will be consuming forever plastics. It is what it is, folks. Battlefield 6 is $70 or $100. Ain't that crazy? What's the $100 for? Do you get early access to the game? I feel like games have kind of been slacking in terms of what you get for pre-ordering. I remember back in, I don't even know what, like 2012, if not earlier. Yeah, around 2012, maybe 2010. Whenever Black Ops 2 came out, you pre-ordered that game, they'd send you a coin. I have the coin over here somewhere. Yeah, they send you a gosh darn challenge coin. Is it high quality? Probably not. Like, what are we talking about? I got 2 of these coins, by the way. Black Ops 2. It was upside down. It's also backwards, so have fun with that. H channel, you are insane. All I saw was chat moving really fast, and I assumed that something happened. How are you? How's the bank account? Are they looking into you for suspicious activity? You keep sending money to this Odo feller. Is this? Are you sending assets overseas, offshore? Okay, now we have to get some butter. But again, H channel, thanks for the 10 gifted. You are wild, brother. We got some butter. The butter goes down on the pan. I think I'm only using around 50 calories. The last time I measured it, I measured the stick, put the butter in the pan, measured the stick again. It was 50, 60 calories of butter. Now it does smoke when I do this because this stove gets hot in like a weird way. People recommend using ghee or some fancy form of butter that I will probably look into. Basically just like a higher smoke point oil of some kind. Now ghee sounds interesting. I heard it before a couple times. I don't know what it has. I don't know what it is. But if the smoke point's higher, I'm interested. Hash browns are done. I'll keep them in the stove or in the oven for a little bit. So this pan got a little too hot. It's not a big deal. It just means the eggs will stick a bit more than I expect. If I do it just right, all is well and dandy. I've said it before, but with this stove in particular, I can't really finesse the heat the way that I need to. So I have to be good with my timings. If I'm on a different kind of stove where it has like a better temperature, a better in-between temperature I can choose, then I have so much room for messing around. The stove meta is to either have a bunch of money or just get like a regular stove. I got the poor man's induction. Doing good, man. I'm here for some eggs action. Oh, we'd be egging it up. The angle's kind of off. Posture's also off. Trying to fix it. We'll turn down the chicken sausages. I think they're done. I might have to check them. All right, what I tend to do, I have the eggs cook on one side a little bit until they're a bit more structurally sound. And then I get underneath, I cut it into like a 4-section pie, get underneath and flip it. I don't have to do this on a different stove, but that's out of commission. One day you'll see the true power, because right now, this stove is nerfed. This stove nerfs the egg making. Just a little bit. I'd say just a lot of it, actually. So someone recommended using high smoke point oil like avocado oil first then use butter, which brings up the smoke point and prevents the butter from burning. Yeah, but I don't want to have to use too much butter and olive oil and whatnot. Like if I'm bulking, it's not a big deal. I need to find a solution for whenever I'm trying to lose weight. Because in losing weight, I'm trying to not use as many, I'm trying to save as many calories as I possibly can, especially in the form of oils and whatnot, because those add up so quick. It's crazy, I cooked this better yesterday off stream, on stream, scuffed. It's scuffed-ish. The stove just got too hot. I think I heated it up for like 13 minutes, and if I go past 10, it's GG. I'm telling you. Jumping through hoops. And it's the equipment, I promise. It didn't stick that much though, which is good. It's just getting way too hot, way too quick. And I don't think I can do 3 temperature, because that's way too damn low. All right, posture check. I keep seeing myself in the reflection. Yeah, the sides got smoked a little bit. All right. Should be good enough. Grab a pan. Wait, grab a plate. Hello? You can see me? All right, sick. A little bit stuck. Yeah. Just a smidge though. And again, I blame the stove. But that's still not bad though. I've seen people cook, and I mean, I've cooked in the past. So much of the eggs get stuck on the pans if you don't do it correctly. Good aim. Thank you very much. All right, I turned the heat down on those chicken sausages to 2. I think it's good enough, but they're still cooking a little bit. I'm always worried about trying to cook certain meats all the way through. That's unfortunate. But it should be fine. I got eggs like on the top of the pan somehow, like on the rim. Maybe from pouring it out. I mean, pretty clean. Stainless steel is the move, I'm telling you. I think the only folks that maybe wouldn't like it, if you enjoy cooking with cast iron, you may not like stainless steel. That's the only kind of folks that I believe would potentially not be a fan. All right, wait. I'm not sure what to do here. I don't know where to put y'all. Maybe I do this. These have to be done cooking by now. They've been on the stove forever. We have, oh, son of a biscuit. It's really good at tracking your face. Really good. I'll figure out better ways to do this eventually. Some chicken sausage. Never tried it before. Full transparency, I don't love chicken, so I may not like it that much. All right, I'm gonna let this soak for a little bit. It's nothing too serious, but I think that's the maneuver right there. I'm gonna go ahead and put my butter away, grab my hash browns, been in the oven for a little bit, and I have a tough decision to make. Do I take vitamin D3 and K2 or nah? Reason why I asked that, ooh, this cable's close to the oven, that's dangerous. I do believe I was taking a mega dose of vitamin D3 and K2 at one point, but I ordered like essentially only 2.5 thousand IUs down from 10,000 IUs. And I think it's wise because I always, when I go to the doctor to get checked out, they say my vitamin D levels are low. I don't want that. Like, when you're taking vitamin D, it can contribute to improved mood and whatever else. A whole bunch of stuff. I gotta clean this. Gotta clean as you go. That way it's not a hassle later. Like I'll leave like maybe a pan sometimes, but usually I basically always clean the egg pan. That gets done the second it's out of use. Because the last thing I'm gonna have to do is cook or clean a pan and then cook with it the next day. It just seems like a hassle and a half. The plate so far. Hash browns from a distance. This thing's kind of small. All right, we're almost done. We just need to add salsa and potentially some jalapeno salt. I have this thing called Julio's. And because of my ancestry, I ain't getting hot. I'm not gonna do it. Be right back. I can't carry all you. I can't. Oh, wait a second. My kitchen table is dirty. That sucks. Anywho, so this is not sponsored, but I did buy fixed it. I chat GPT the good brands to get fish oils from. They recommended Nordic Naturals. So that I'm gonna take probably every day or try to. Shit was kind of expensive though. And then I'm gonna think about taking vitamin D3 and K2, and this is from Sports Research. I'm gonna try them out. Now the thing I take every day, which is kinda, I'm affiliated with, not sponsored by. We got electrolytes, take this every day, especially if I'm working out, and creatine, which is for more than just building muscle or helping to build muscle. That can potentially help with your brain health. And if there's potential for it, a supplement that costs maybe 27 bucks, you can get 200 servings. I feel like that's a no-brainer. And I don't think I even get commission for selling the creatine unless it's the gummies, and the gummies aren't necessarily worth it. And then magnesium. Glycinate's the cheaper version. L-theanate is pretty expensive. And glycinate helps you sleep. So it's like a double whammy effect that I think I might actually reinvest in. Just want to get my little spiel on that. And the pans, if you need some stainless steel pans, the ones I cook on every day, heritagesteel.com or Heritage Steel using code ODO. If you want, if not, don't. There's one thing I want to do. Chicken sausage from Belinsky's. That's actually not bad. You can probably hear me chewing. I hope it's cooked all the way through though. It has to be though. That's good. Wait. I think that might be godlike. Because it tastes way better and it feels way cleaner than like a regular sausage, especially if you get the frozen ones from, let's say, Jimmy Dean's. Chicken sausage is the play. For some reason, I've been hearing more about that recently, and before this point, I've never heard of chicken sausage. Oh, messed up. I'm not sure if that's just because I don't go to the store that much. I'm not perusing the aisles. But chicken sausage is godlike. It's from Belinsky's. 7 out of 10, too much egg? What do you mean? Peep the final plate, actually. This is before the salsa. Actually, wait. Need a better. Better positioning. Heck yeah, brother. Heck yeah. Nah, this is sick. In a good way. Now, I'm not a mukbanger, so I'm going to answer some comments and probably skedaddle. I don't know. Eating on camera I feel kind of weird. You lost points because your plate isn't diverse enough. Dude, even if I made vegetables, they wouldn't be on the plate. They'd be in a bowl next to the plate. Who can hear that? Put banana on there? I don't know if a banana is necessary. Only question is, when will you give credit to the chickens that laid the eggs? Let's not do that. Let's not do that. I'm hoping they don't push the issue further. Not that there is an issue. But if you guys aren't aware, there was a funny interaction in the Discord that stemmed from a video I posted, the Warp Backpack. And it's like internet drama in the dumbest form possible. Because A, it doesn't matter. B, no point in talking about it. But if it gets pushed further, I might make a video just for fun. And I'd be sick if it did well. For seasoning, butter. For me, I don't have to season the food because the hash browns already have salt. Chicken sausage already has salt. The eggs have their own natural flavor. I do use salsa usually, and sometimes I'll use jalapeno salt, but normally I don't need to season it. It tastes like I can taste the actual flavor of the food, and it's good enough as is. Then again, though, I can eat ground beef without seasoning it too. I do cook it in a way that most folks don't, and that's searing aside basically, like getting that mild reaction, and that gives it a lot more flavor than you would get by just cooking ground beef on a pan that wasn't already hot. So I'm kind of weird like that. Unemployed drama is worse than that. Way worse. Am I streaming Helldivers 2 later? Probably. I think I am. I don't really have any other plans for games right now. Because I wanted to play Killing Floor 3, but then I played it and I realized it's not for me. And aside from that, nothing crazy going on. Please do fan those flames. I will only do it if they push the issue. Because if I do it without that happening, I'm the bad guy, even though it's not that big a deal. It's just kind of funny. The stream is choppy. Is it because I'm doing this? Or is my audio choppy? That crunch was immaculate? Dude. Maybe next time I'll mukbang, but not today, I don't think. Plus my kitchen table has to get cleared off. It's full of all my medicine and probably bills that will for sure get paid. Hospitals, please don't come collect. The Browns are Idaho. They're just Idaho Hashbrowns. So if you have those, you're chilling. That's a meal worthy of Super Earth's finest. I think when I labeled the stream, I could have sworn it's something like making breakfast fit for a Helldiver or something goofy like that. That was the idea. Oh, I see the lag. Man. It's not, it could be my internet. It could just be YouTube, but it's not my PC. We figured it out, folks. It's not my PC. So what you're saying is I should start rage baiting them. No, please don't. Turmeric, coriander, garlic powder. Garam masala. I ain't never heard that. It's YouTube. That's some BS. Can they figure it out? Can they afford better servers, please? Am I streaming Helldivers 2 now? After I eat, maybe. Fiber internet win? Fiber internet, it's basically installed. They're just working. So the line to my house is almost done. It's in my yard, basically, and they just have to like route it to my actual house, I believe. Right now, they're working on the transformers or whatever the internet boxes are. They say AT&T on them. There's a vehicle outside. We've discovered moisture. Hello? My phone's freaking out. They said they're discovering moisture inside of it. I just added to it, potentially. Do I even need to have... Does that have to be plugged in, or does this work just fine? I got fiber optic internet last year, switched from Comcast, was life-changing. I'm switching from Spectrum to AT&T. Not the best thing in the world. Get a sponsor, L. I'm currently holding the L on sponsorships. They don't want me, I want them. This is not a healthy relationship. I appreciate the 10. Thank you very much. I know, I was saying earlier, I gotta start begging more. Basically asking, but begging is kind of what it is. Like usually, I guess it's a mutual thing, but it's only if they get like a return on investment. I gotta figure it out. I want to get one with a meal prep service, ideally Nutrition Solutions, but they're pretty stingy, I feel like, when it comes to reaching out to, or when it comes to talking to like random creators like myself. Like they have folks they sponsor, and I'm jealous. I want to be one of those people. Get NordVPN? Maybe. I'm particular about using sponsors I actually use. I feel like it's not the end of the world to get NordVPN. If they reached out, I wouldn't say no, I don't think. But the ones I'm jonesing for are the people that I actually use products for, because that is just truly authentic and far more easier to sell. Like I'd talk about it on stream and it would just be like promotion right there. It'd be clean. Would you put ground beef in your eggs? Not right now. I think I've had it like once in my life. Anywho, I'm gonna go. My phone's freaking out saying that things are going wrong. There's moisture inside of it. That's not good. Appreciate your time. Thank y'all for the conversation, chilling and chatting. L and White Wolf, thanks for the donos. Too kind of you. Hopefully you have a sponsor in the near future. But I'll catch y'all later. So I need to find out how to end this. 1 second. 1 second. One sec.